Oh, oh my, that's that's an interesting first name to see. Why is your name that? Okay, well, we're just not gonna pay attention to that then. Oh my goodness. Ah, he's there. No, no, no. Okay, well, welcome. Excuse me, can y'all get out? I came in here for some privacy, and clearly they did not want me to have privacy. I wanted to do another survival series. Now, obviously, the last one that I had going kinda ended abruptly. It's been a few months, and I'm not gonna lie, other than I think a few plans for some more buildings, I actually didn't have much. And it sucked because as much as I would like to have continued, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to, and it was becoming an issue of wanting to play on a server that nobody was on and wanting to make a series out of it. And it was basically a single player world, and I was thinking, if I have to be playing alone anyways, I'll do it in a modded scenario where I can play modded and you know, do stuff like that. I'm looking to get into some potential SMPs that are modded. I'm looking at a few different places. One that looks really promising that I could easily see myself ingraining pretty heavily, and maybe you'll see it here in the future, who knows? I won't name him by name just in case it never happens, but I just wanted to put that out there that I am looking to make more content and to do more on the channel, and I just haven't found the time, and I haven't found the motivation to play alone. We also have some other things that allow us, you know, certain specific hex casting capabilities. It is, I think, genuinely one of my favorite mods, if not my most favorite mod ever, and it's finally upgraded to 1.20.1, and I'm just so excited. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with my survival gameplay here. I do have a few things. I've got my little vein miner here, and I've got some other tools to help me out in my gameplay just to speed things up a teensy bit. You might also notice, besides the Minecraft Comes Alive and Hex Casting, that I've actually got a few other mods such as Origins, and Origins is also one of my favorite mods. Now, unfortunately, due to the constraints of the origin that I chose, even though I do not take fall damage and I have one less heart, I cannot mine stone, which is a little unfortunate. And to be honest, pretty annoying. But if we can find a geode, oh hi. If we can find, as I was saying, if we could find a geode in the world somewhere, we can actually mine stone pretty effectively. All right, yeah, we got some iron. Totally legitimately. All right. Right, one chest in this entire village so far has had food in it, and or rather, one house in this entire village has had a chest in it. So, you know, we're just peachy. Since I can't make myself able to mine stone, I might as well try and get as much iron as possible. Hopefully propel myself forward a little bit in terms of resources. Well, I'm just gonna pause here and skip back to when we at least find a geode so we can get things rolling in this video, because it's kind of been a few minutes and nothing so far. So I'm gonna just skip back here and we'll see how far along I've gotten since then. All right, well, I've run out of food, but I found a really big cave system. It got me a lot of things. It got me a pickaxe heater. It got me just a bunch of material. I found some diamonds at some point in a chest. I found some raw gold, which I can actually kind of get rid of because I can just go mine gold and automatically smelt. I found a few pockets of iron and copper, which I've been mining out periodically. Is there some fully grown ones? There are. Go ahead and get myself some of this. Yeah. I'm desperately going to have to find some food, lest I starve to death down here. All right, well, we've managed to get home. So it was a very convoluted set of like windy tunnels that went and eventually led up to a surface point that I could dig from. It's been like 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. I've been exploring caves and getting. It's been a headache. I'm not gonna lie. But I finally found a geode. It's not the most convenient thing, but it's okay because as soon as I'm able to get a staff and make some trinkets, it's all worth it because I will be able to create some very, very helpful tools that I can avoid all that and basically stare my way directly down to the geode that I saw and not have to worry about it. So first things first, let's create myself a staff. Now, luckily, due to sheer happenstance or, a purposeful choosing of a spruce biome that I am in, I have been able to procure some spruce wood so that I can make my favorite version of the staff from Hex Casting. And you may be thinking, well, Dak, you don't really have much of a media. Well, that's because I did, and I collected up the blocks of amethyst. I didn't stick down there for too long. I got a few other little bits. I just had to make sure that I got that charged amethyst in order to make a staff, and now that I have, I'm able to create myself some stuffs. So first things first, let's turn all of this amethyst into some amethyst crystals. This interaction with the cutting board is actually a default recipe offered by Farmer's Delight, but I have some recipes of my own that I can implement at a later point once we get ourselves the jeweling hammer and some silk touch that'll allow us to get both the dust and the charged amethyst in a very balanced way. Got all that. Got a ton of amethyst crystals now, which is super helpful. Still don't have food, but who needs food when you have media? So, and it is not typically the first thing that I do is I'm gonna make a trinket because then I don't have to worry about it exploding and, being lost to forever because the copper ingots or the copper ciphers, they break after they're done being used, and that's unfortunate, and I don't really want these tools to be broken because I'm going to use them permanently. Not 1 and 2, and let us go outside and start making some stuff. So first things first, I want to make sure that I've got some amethyst in my inventory. I do. Next thing I'd like to do is I would like to take my trinket in my offhand and open up this beautiful hex grid. Now I know these spells and these things that I'm going to write out by heart. If you'd like a more detailed description on how these things work, I can, but just so you're aware that I do know exactly how these things work, and I'll be writing them out exactly as I know to write them out. So I'm going to skip over this. I'm going to speed it up a bit, but I'm going to come back and show you what everything does once I'm done. All right, well, I'm just going to come out here and say I'm having a little bit of trouble writing this. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to come back when this is all done because it's been a little bit frustrating, and I just have to rewrite this until it accepts the thing that I'm doing. So, I'm gonna come back when I get these done. Right, so I'm just gonna craft a scrying lens because I'm actually just hopeless, and I can't craft the stinking. I can't do the spells because I don't have enough space, and it's just one of those things. So I'm gonna go ahead and rewrite the spell. I'll see you guys in a second. Right, this is moment of truth. Okay. It took way too long. That took way too long, but now we should be able to right click this and send ourselves soaring into the air, and there we go. That's it. That's the spell. I wrote the issue I was having originally was that it wasn't enough space to write the spell because I kept making mistakes and then kept having to redo it, and I kind of just got frustrated and was like, fine, I'll make a scrying eye, give myself just a little bit extra space, which is super useful, by the way. The scrying eye is one of the most useful things. Now, I can't actually rename this without an anvil, and I don't have an anvil. And I don't have enough iron to be able to make one. So we're just going to have to remember, right, that this is, in fact, the one we want. So I think next we're going to do, we're going to do this one. We're going to do that one there. And I think this one is easy enough that I can speed through it. Let me just verify a spell real quick. Patterns, basic, nope, spells, block moves, there is break block. Okay, cool. Got the spell that we needed. And I'm just gonna open it again. Okay, just needs a vector, cool. And we're gonna get started. All right, that one was much simpler than my other one. And what this will allow me to do is hopefully, that's my impulse. This one, yeah. This one breaks blocks. And not only does it break sand and ice and other such things, it breaks stone. So hopefully, whenever I decide to go back to the geode, which won't be yet, but whenever I decide to go back there, I will be able to mine my way straight down into it. And I think just mining a tunnel straight down would be the simplest because I don't take fall damage, so it won't be that bad. But I also can take my impulse charm and just impulse straight vertically and get right out because, you know, that's just convenience. I am going to go ahead and do some more mining, do some more planning. I'm going to get myself a blueprint. I'm going to get myself some of these villagers, get them, you know, liking me a bit, and I'll come back in even more time. It's probably going to be a lot longer until you see me again.